We have a clip of the big tentacly attacky thing.
Oh, yeah.
The thing is, it's not very dialogue heavy. I can audio describe it.
That would be useful.
Do you want me to do
Thank
that?
you. I'll close my eyes.
Okay, so here we go. Here's the clip. Okay, so he fly in with
Dr. Strange,
Kate.
yes.
Oh, she running around. Car flies in. He's looking to see what happened. Now a bus is lifting up into the... What is possibly lifting this bus? He does a thing with his hands, and now he can see the big tentacly
There
thing.
it is.
With the one eye. Everyone else running away, but he's going towards it. Now he's doing the thing with his hands. Now he's splitting the bus apart, and the tentacly thing is moving backwards. No, it's going back into it. Now he's cut one of the tentacles off. The tentacle has come off. The eye is enraged. And the girl of his dreams, she's falling, but he saves her.
Oh,
he
thank
saves
heavens.
her with the living cloak, which now comes back. He's got the hair thing. The tentacly monster is still smashy crashing the bus. She's saved. The cape is back on him, but now she's pointing to it because he's going to throw the bus at him.
Is it going to get him?
No, he sawed it in half with a giant shiny saw.
Wow. I mean, that was, to be honest, I didn't need the pictures.
You didn't. I was painting pictures with words.
All I needed was you talk. I could listen to a whole Marvel film described like that. So here's another listener question from someone who calls themselves Loki Odinson. I would like to know what helps Tom when he's feeling low. Things that make him smile, favourite shops, restaurants, cafes and comfort food. And I'd like to thank him for his portrayal of Loki. He's saved me more than once, and I'm grateful for him and for Tom.
Music, friendship, the sea, Roger Federer, dogs.
This is like random
dancing.
word association.
Yes.
So if you could go for a walk with Roger Federer's dog along the sea,
Yeah, you'd be made up.
with family.
I'd be made up. Yeah, that would be fantastic.
Do you have a favourite comfort food? That was also what was in the question.
Oh, comfort food. Spaghetti bolognese is, you can't go wrong with that.
Anyway, Jeff is in the Bronx, but probably the original Bronx. I would like to publicly lend support to Simon's verdict on artichokes. It's not to be eaten, as it is a plant with fur. What are you?
Is that what you said? No, that's what he said.
Yes,
Sorry, it wasn't that you
it's
said
a plant
that.
with fur. You obviously don't want to have anything to do with that. What, says Jeff, are your respective... I mean, this is clearly what they're talking about in the Bronx. What are your respective thoughts on the avocado?
Oh.
It is the proposed symbol with toast of my generation's moral decline and wastrel outlook. Admittedly, avocados are fruits, but like the aforementioned heirloom tomato, aren't often considered as such.
Yeah. Can I give you an absolute verdict on avocado?
Well, you can give you one.
Yeah, no. And the reason that it's no, the problem with avocado is one of those things that doesn't know what it's trying to be, and consequently, the texture of it is absolutely terrible.
So wrong.
It's just you go. What are you trying? Are you trying to be crunchy? Are you trying to be soft? Are you trying to be mushy? The only way avocado is acceptable is if it's in guacamole.
No.
But and then
it's not trying to be crunchy.
No, it's
never trying to be crunchy.
It's soft and powdery, but I can't figure out what the texture
What you
of
mean
it
is
is.
you don't like it.
I mean that I don't like it because it doesn't know what it's trying to be.
Avocado is fantastic, and there was research a couple of years back that if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, the thing that would do you most good is avocado. Mm-hmm. So therefore, that is the scientific answer.
Yeah,
and you just don't like
it's
it.
the texture. It's the texture. It's one of those
Fabulous.
textures
with a little bit of lime juice on toast. It's not a symbol
I bet you
of
have
moral
it
decline.
smashed, don't you?
Smashed, yes.
Smashed on sourdough.
Oh, in Cornwall on
smashed
holiday.
on sourdough and
Yes.
a herbal tea for mayo, please.
In Cornwall,
Half a mile, the packet of crisps for Kermode.
couple of weeks ago, I had a breakfast which was smashed peas.
Yes, I had smashed peas recently.
How about that?
When did that happen?
Peas for
Mushy
breakfast.
Peas. I was actually given the choice: mushy peas or smashed peas. It's like smashed peas is a thing.
Yeah.
Smashed peas with mint.
Finally, says Foggy, if it's not too much to ask, Mark, I don't want to feel like you're a performing monkey, but if Mark could do his famous Hot Fuzz impression...
Oh, which one? Which one do you want?
There's a scripted bit here.
You can have any of them. Yarp, narp, morning. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't even have to read that. Is it Point Break or Bad Boys 2? No, what, you've never seen Point Break? You never. No, I mean, which one do you want to do first? Have you ever fired two guns in the air while going, ah?
Okay,
He's
now we have
not Judge Judy and Executioner. He's my dad. Go back to London. It's still my favourite.
Funny in the film, less funny when Mark does it,
Morning.
obviously. Is it true, though, that, and this I think was during lockdown, there were some dialogue pickups that you had to do, which you went into like a cupboard in your house and spoke into your laptop? I mean, this is quite reassuring, I think, but is this true?
Tom went through great efforts to make sure that if there were, if food was being delivered, maybe a microphone could get delivered, and so just making sure that we, even though there was a pandemic, that we were doing everything we could to button up this film. And so, yeah, I ended up doing some in my closet, and it ended up in the movie. So I was just like, I don't know.
Which is the dialogue that's in...
Oh, I don't know. It's probably just something that I'm saying into my mask. Come on. Where's that laser?
When we hear that, that's the bit that we know that Mars is actually in his closet.
I mean, I did more hours of ADR on this film than I've probably spent filming entire movies. And I think it's been said now, we captured more footage than all 3 Lord of the Rings movies combined.
What training did you have to go through? Because I mean, you've played a firefighter, you played a vet as well, so you're not a stranger to this. But what did they put you through? So
Tom developed a pretty intensive flight training program for us.
Of course he did, yeah.
And of course he did, as Tom does. And it was the way we started. It was the same thing how you would start if you were trying to get your pilot's license. So you go up in a Cessna and you kind of do a basic, kind of fly around, and then you're learning the controls of the aircraft and what the pilots, they're doing. And then it escalated pretty quickly. And Tom knew that we needed to be as comfortable as we could in the fighter jets, and a lot of that comes down to G tolerance. So we were starting to do aerobatic maneuvers and pulling a lot of Gs because the filming of this was, I mean, to have a bunch of civilians up in fighter jets with the best pilots in the world and ripping around and being as comfortable as we could was really imperative.
3rd floor, underwear, lingerie and toys.
Going up.
Exactly. Yeah.
Lingerie and toys.
I know, I don't know why. They don't really go together, although they do in some stores. Just round the corner. Just want to play a couple of clips from 2 movies that you've been in, Rowan. Mm-hmm. Just because it would be, they're kind of iconic moments, but also it would just be lovely to hear your thoughts. The first is ingrained in most people's memories, I think. It's from Love Actually. This is you serving Alan Rickman in the department store.
Looking for anything in particular, sir?
Yes, that necklace there, how much is it?
It's £270.
All right, I'll have it.
Lovely. Would you like it gift wrapped?
Yes, all right.
Lovely. Let me just pop it in the box. There.
Look, could we be quite quick?
Certainly, sir. Ready in the flashiest of flashes. There.
It's great.
Not quite finished.
Look, actually, I don't need a bag. I'll just put it in my pocket.
No, this isn't a bag, sir.
Really?
This is so much more than a bag.
So much more than a bag. So 2 things instantly off the top of that. First of all, how much do we miss Alan Rickman? What a
tremendous.
What a terrible loss. But also, I can never hear the words gift wrapped ever,
Right.
ever
Right,
after that sketch. What do you remember of doing that scene?
Okay, what I remember, like most actors, you remember the practical side. You remember the fact that we had to shoot all night in Selfridges because we weren't allowed to close the store during the day for obvious reasons. So I remember feeling very tired, and Alan Rickman was really tired. But it probably helped his performance rather than hindered it. So I remember that. Yes, he's such such a creep, isn't it? The character that I play, he really is quite a disturbing sort of devil, a weird sort of awful sort of oily charm. I mean, which actually you hear as much as you would see. You don't need to get the pictures. So, and I know it's fun and it's sweet when a scene stays with people.
Yeah, and certainly whenever anything is offered as a gift-wrapped present, that's the scene that everyone is thinking of.
At the 2021 Monaco Streaming Film Festival, Michael Flatley won the award for Best Actor. Now, I couldn't find a short list of other eligible actors at the 2021. He was better than. Honestly, unless the competition was a selection of teak furniture and an animated version of that line character from the IKEA catalogue who shows you not to hit the furniture with a hammer, I really can't imagine how Michael Flatley won Best Actor. I mean, to say that Michael Flatley can't act is being unbelievably... His entire acting style is, which angle shall I wear my hat at? Slightly on the left, slightly on the right, slightly turned down, off my head, on my head... There are so many expressive ways of where watching him act is like watching somebody learn to do something in public, but not learning at the same time. I mean, I've seen a lot of very bad performances. This is in a stratosphere of its own, but of course, brilliantly, he's doing dialogue that he has written for himself.
How does it compare with Gordon Ramsay, playing Gordon Ramsay in No Ordinary Trifle?
It's worse.
Worse than that?
It's worse than Gordon Ramsay playing Gordon Ramsay in No Ordinary Trifle. Thor, Love and Thunder.
And it is Thor 4. It is Thor 4. It's the fourth Thor. So Thor, Love and Thunder.
He said, I'm Thor. He said, wear a saddle, Philly.
That's the one.
Tom Hiddleston. I thought it was absolute balderdash. And I really sat there thinking... I've had enough of this now. This is so tired and so... If you're going to do it, do it. Don't just do 2 hours of sarky, we're making a superhero movie, but we're being funny about it. It just stop. I thought it was absolute rubbish. How about you?
I really liked it, actually. Yeah. And at the Railway Children return chat... with Sheridan Smith, James Boy King turned. I heard his voice down the corridor, and I called him in, and he said that he'd seen you at the Thor: Love and Thunder screening. He said everyone came out and said, "Well, that was good," apart from you, who hated it.
Yeah, I thought it was terrible. I thought it was draw a line in the sand now and stop. The only thing this nonsense.
The only thing I would agree with you on is that kind of line about. Are you saying that you're bored with what you've created? That I agree with that thing. Really, you're taking the mickey out of this thing, which I thought we were supposed to be taking seriously, yeah. And I do get that. But I thought it was laugh out loud funny. I think Taika Waititi is.
Did you think
excellent.
It was laugh out loud funny?
Yes.
Do you think the jokes about catchphrases were not incredibly tired?
I didn't laugh.
The screaming goats.
I'm not saying it's great.
What did you laugh out loud about?
I'm not. This isn't an inquisition. I'm just saying I enjoyed it.
When did you laugh out loud? Give me a joke that made you laugh out loud.
I can't remember.
You can't remember because it didn't happen.
Mark, I'm telling you, I laughed out loud a number of times. I enjoyed it the way James King and a bunch of other people enjoyed it. You didn't, and that's fine. I also like Jojo Rabbit, and I think Taika Waititi is
I've liked Taika Waititi very much in the past. I think this is absolute. The more I think about it, the more angry it makes me. I think it's terrible. I think it's genuinely, properly terrible.
So... Ball number 1 is Jaws, ball number 2 is The Shining, ball number 3 is The Thing, and ball number 4 is Alien. Okay, so this is...
So literally, we're going to get 2 winners that are the final.
Yeah. Okay, there's one dropped on
Everyone's
the floor.
going on the floor.
Okay.
While Simon is picking it up, I'd just like to take this opportunity once again to say, if you are taking part in a voting process in which you do not accept the outcome of the vote unless you win, the whole studio is falling apart, you are a cretin and a danger to society, and you should not be allowed anywhere near any form of reins of power. That's how it works. Everyone in any election should be asked as a prerequisite of taking part, will you accept the results? And if the answer is not yes, go speak to Martin McDonough about the F word. Avatar: The Way of Water is staggeringly boring. It is so dull. It is so long. It is so ponderous. It is so utterly without wit or artistic merit. It is a big, thundering, lumbering, tech-driven, wet Smurfahontis borathon that starts, it goes, whilst the characters, whoa, whoa, the tone of the film is, whoa, whoa, serious stuff. So, a bit Lord of the Rings, a bit Star Wars, a bit quite a lot Fern Gully, quite a lot Pocahontas, quite a lot Cameron every now and then wanting to go back and do, the stuff which because the thing is, he likes, human tech, but he's kind of created this world in which we all have to actually care about any of this stuff that's happening with any of the inhabitants of Pandora, which I don't care about. And so I found myself trying to amuse myself by thinking of names, funny names, to get me through the thing. Because honestly, 2 hours in, I was losing the will to live. It's so... I genuinely don't know how it's going to do, but I would be staggered if other people find it really thrillingly exciting and immersive. So here's what I came up with, because I came out of the film, and obviously the reviews were embargoed. You were allowed to put stuff on social media, but of course I've come off Twitter because Elon Musk is an arsehole. So I just texted you instead. Here are the highlights of the things that I came out as I came out. I came out of the screening and I bumped into a critic who had really liked the first film, and he looked at me. I went, "Don't," and he went, "It's all right. I hated it too." I was like, "Okay, fine. It's not just me." Here we go. Alternative titles for Avatar 2: The Way of Water. Ooh, The Persnorden Adventure.
Good. I saw all these on my phone.
You didn't see all of them. Some of them.
I saw the ones you sent
The Persnorden Adventure, A Bigger Splosh, good with that, Free Silly,
Okay.
Fern Dully, Jurassic Water Park.
Very pleased with that.
I was very pleased with that. Lord of the Water Wings.
Okay, that works.
My favourite, Rising Damp.
I haven't seen the film. I don't really... Is it...
It's Rising Damp, it's a TV show with Rigsby. Okay. Finding Emo.
Yeah, well, that was your voice
That was
you
my...
did.
Oh, I found Emo. Avasleep, The Way of Torture.
That works.
And my two other favourites, and you cannot bleep these. You said, "Is it like Das Boot?" And I said, "Das Poop." And my favourite, Shitanic.
Well, let's see if you get away with that.
It's staggeringly
I realise
dull.
that. Correspondence
It's
at KermodeandMayo.com.
so full of itself.
If
It's
you would
so
like to,
long. It's so
that's the end of
boring.
take one.
It's
Production
so
management, general, all-round
any
stuff was
form
Lily
of
Hambley.
interest, and
Cameras,
all
Teddy
the
Riley.
characters
Videos by Ryan
are
Amira.
dull,
Studio
dull,
engineer Josh
dull,
Gibbs. Finn
dull,
Rodham was the
dull,
assistant producer.
dull.
Guest researcher Sophia
hated
Van.
it.
Hannah Talbot was the producer. Simon Paul was the director. Not that he bothered to come in because of the train strike. Mark, what is your film of the week? Oh, it's Avatar: Way of Water. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening. Was there anything else you wanted to say?
You know what my film of the week is?
Go on.
Jeremy.
Which isn't out, so that doesn't count. Thanks very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed making it. While you're here, check out all the other videos because they're cool too, aren't they?
Yeah, and if you want to keep up to date with everything Kermode and Mayo's Take, then check out our social channels.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
I mean, I would. I have done.
Excellent.